Jai Hind, dear students. I am Dr. Preeti Mittal, and today we are going to revise reproduction in human beings. Human beings have sexual reproduction, means there are two parents involved in the process of reproduction, as you all know. This reproductive maturity starts at a particular age that is known as the age of puberty. That is around the age of 13 to 15 years in boys and approximately 12 to 14 years in girls. This age is not exactly fixed, but this is the age limit. Usually it is at this particular age. What is the age of puberty? This age at which the sexual maturity of reproductive organs starts, along with the starting of the formation of gametes. This age is associated with certain physical changes as well. For example, in males, there is deepening of the voice. In young kids, you cannot identify the voices of male or female, but there is deepening of voice at the age of puberty, and there is the male voice becomes a low pitch sound. Apart from that, there is appearance of hair, facial hairs like the hair at the beard, mustache. Apart from that, appearance of hair on the chest portion, that is all there. Apart from that, in case of males, there is starting of the formation of the male gamete, that is the formation of sperms. If we talk about the females, in females also there are certain changes that occur at the age of puberty that involves the development of breast and the development of the hairs and the axillary portion. Axilla means the armpit. So there is appearance of some hair in the armpit. Apart from that, in the pubic area also there is formation of hairs. So all these changes occurs at the age of puberty. Now we will study in detail about the male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system comprises of a pair of testes. The primary sex organ in males is the testis, where the formation of sperms takes place. Sperms are the male gamete that are motile and they are smaller as compared to the female gamete, that is ovum. So this formation of sperms takes place in the testis, and this testis is placed in a pouch-like structure known as scrotum. This scrotum is present outside the abdominal cavity. Now this is important for you all to remember that why it is placed outside the abdominal cavity. It is placed outside the abdominal cavity because the formation of sperms requires a lower temperature than the body temperature. So it is kept, this scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity so as to maintain a lower body temperature, because the sperm formation cannot take place at a higher temperature. Okay. So to provide that lower temperature, the testis is present in the scrotum, that is present outside the abdominal cavity. Very important to remember. Then once the sperms are formed in the testis, then from the testis they go into a tube-like structure, and that structure is known as vas deferens. So these sperms from the testis are going to come into the vas deferens and they will go into the abdominal cavity. Now once formed, they can go into the abdominal cavity without any problem, then they will not be harmed by anything. So they can now sustain that higher temperature. So that will be entering into the abdominal cavity and crossing over the ureter. What is ureter? Ureter we have seen in the human excretory system, that ureter is a structure, it's a tube-like structure that brings the urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. So urinary bladder is the area where the urine is stored. So why we are talking about these organs in male reproductive system? Because this vas deferens is going to come and cross over the ureter and then come down. Okay, so they are just present near the male reproductive organs. That is why it is shown in this diagram. Fine. Now this vas deferens is going to come down. Now from the urinary bladder, the urine comes out through the urethra. I hope you all remember that the urine comes out of the body passing through the urethra. So the tube-like structure that is coming out from the urinary bladder and leading the passage of the urine is urethra. Now in case of males, what is going to happen? This vas deferens joins with some other glands like seminal vesicles and prostate gland. Remember these two important glands, prostate gland and seminal vesicles. These are going to add up into the secretions that were coming into the vas deferens. So in the vas deferens, the sperms were coming that were prepared in the testes, and now the secretions from the prostate gland as well as from the seminal glands will also come and join. So now all these will join together and they will be forming the urethra. So from the urethra only now the sperms are present and the secretion from the glands like prostate and seminal vesicles are present. And this secretion is going to come out through the urethra only. So in case of males, the urethra is a common passage for the passage of the sperms containing the fluid, the sperms that are present in that fluid. That complete fluid is known as semen, S-E-M-E-N, semen. So that passage of semen and the passage of urine takes place through the same urethra. But it is maintained by the nervous system of the brain, by the nervous system of the body, that these two secretions never come out at the same time. So the urethra is a common passage for the sperms as well as for the urine. Remember that. So now the secretions from the vas deferens that was containing the sperms, the secretions from the seminal vesicles and from the prostate gland, they all combine together and move in the urethra, and they will be moved out of the body through the urethra only. Okay, this complete passage up to the last is the urethra only. Now, the last part of the urethra in case of males is surrounded by a muscular structure known as penis. This muscular structure is known as penis that surrounds the urethra. So this muscular structure helps to make this penis erectile, that is an erectile organ that will be helping in the process of sexual intercourse between the male and the female. So that is all about the male reproductive system. So in the male reproductive system, one more thing that you should remember is this testis not only helps in the formation of sperms, this testis also behaves like an endocrine gland, and that helps in the release of testosterone hormone. This testosterone hormone is only responsible for the changes that occur in a male at the age of puberty, like deepening of voice, appearance of hair. So that is all because of this testosterone hormone that is secreted by the testis. So testis behaves like an endocrine gland also, and in the testis only there is formation of sperms only also. And what are the function of testosterone? Formation of sperms and the changes that occur at the physical changes that occur at the age of puberty. Fine. I hope you are able to remember that. So in case of males, the sperm formation starts at the age of puberty. And quickly we are going to revise everything. The sperms are formed in the testis. This testis behaves like endocrine gland, producing testosterone hormone as well as it produces the sperms. This testis is present outside the abdominal cavity in a pouch-like structure known as scrotum that is present outside the abdominal cavity to maintain a lower temperature than the body temperature. The sperms once formed in the testis goes to the vas deferens, through which it will be joined by the urethra, the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland. All these secretions comes up and add up to the sperms, and that all these secretions will be coming out of the body passing through the urethra, which the last part of urethra is surrounded by a muscular structure known as penis. Okay, so that is all about the male reproductive system. I hope you were able to understand that. I'll just shift aside so they can take a screenshot. And that's all for today. Good day, everyone.